I'm about to watch season 3, episode 9 of Hannibal. Will is just about to, just saw Hannibal for the first time in 3 years at the very end of the last episode. So I'm interested to see where this goes. Honestly, I'm interested to see where the whole rest of the season goes. Because there are several things that just appear to be quite different now. And I'm confused as to why a show in the last half of their last season would seem to be shifting so much. But, I mean, that suggests that maybe it's not. But even the episode titles are different. So I'm not sure what any of this is about. That's nothing new, at least. So let's watch the episode and find out. So they're having their conversation. Will seems a little bit, I don't know if scared is the right word, maybe apprehensive about talking to Hannibal. And not in a he's frightened of him way, but more in a he is just so uncertain of what might happen type way. And so Hannibal is kind of, so he said, like, all of my other visitors have just been professional, which means that Will is something more than that. So on the surface, of course, Will is there about the case, but obviously it's not just about the case. So I'm wondering how they play the rest of this conversation. Yeah, I didn't really buy the idea that Will needs Hannibal either for, like, professional advice or, like, to access that part of himself that he hasn't been using the past 3 years. And so Hannibal just said, like, you just came here to look at me, or something like that. And I mean, I think anyone would be curious how they would react to seeing someone again who was so much of a part of their lives to the point where they become part of their identity. I mean, maybe Will is testing himself. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, though. Okay, are we going to see what Hannibal actually did with Abigail when we thought that he killed her? They do have a tendency, though, of, with these flashback scenes, only showing, like, a tiny bit and then not, like, completing the story, so let's find out. It is so weird to see them setting up the fake scene. So Alana and Margot, a real, like, long-term couple with a baby. Couldn't have predicted that, but good for them. What did Alana mean by last time it didn't end with you? About how, for Hannibal, that last time it didn't end with Will. Is that referencing Abigail? But then who is the, like, the new Abigail? Or was she talking about something else? See, I had questions about Will's new family, too. I don't know if my questions come with the same intention that Hannibal's do, but I'm interested to know more. And Freddie is back. Of course she is. So Alana is saying that she'll take all of that away from Hannibal if what? Like, if he keeps talking with Will? You called us murder husbands? I mean, Freddie's worth keeping around just for stuff like that. What are his plans for this blind lady? Because I don't feel they're very honorable. Okay. I was not sure about Molly to start with, because I don't know her, but she ended their phone call with "Good night, sweet man." How could she not win you over after that? Oh no, not more nightmares. I'm not sure what Hannibal ultimately wants for Will, because it seems to be changing depending on who he's talking to, which means that we may not have heard his true intention for Will. Oh, this is interesting. This scene with Hannibal and Abigail on the night of the planned dinner party, before the events of the planned dinner party. This is interesting. Wouldn't you assume that they have ways of verifying the phone number of Hannibal's attorney? Okay, so episode's over. But here's what I don't get. So, and like I've mentioned before, I have not read the book that this story is based on. But I would assume that the red dragon in the title is referring to Hannibal. I could be wrong. And yet, in this show, this other guy sees himself as the red dragon. So, how do these stories converge into the story in the book? That seems to be what they're building toward for the end of the series. Let's find out next episode.